Hi, Miss Hodges. I'm glad we could be here today and
Thank you.
have a chance to talk. How is life so far with Sophie?
It's been overwhelming a little bit, but it's good.
That's normal. I have a booklet. This is something you're going to take home and be able to reference as much as you need. It's called the Parenting Action Plan.
Okay.
The first part is about playing with my baby. So like you said, you might feel overwhelmed with a new infant, and we want to make sure that you have fun with your baby.
Okay.
So Sophia's brain is changing and building rapidly, and as complex as this is, the best thing you can do is to have fun with her and
Okay.
engage her. So how are you playing with her now, currently?
Usually I just talk to her while I'm feeding or changing her diaper.
Okay. Well, I want you to continue doing that. That's really, really good. And what about, have you thought about as she gets older, how do you think you're going to continue to play with her?
I was thinking maybe we could use toys when we're doing tummy time, when she's doing tummy time.
Oh, that's very good.
Mhm.
That's excellent. And we have more ideas here if you're at a loss and need some ideas.
Okay.
The next section is called Talking to My Baby. Sophia has to learn a completely new language. And at this point, it doesn't matter what you're saying to her. We just want her to be exposed to that language. So the more you talk to her, the better. And studies show that babies learn best not from television, not from the radio, but from the face-to-face interaction that only you or caretakers can give to her.
Okay.
So what do you do now in terms of talking with her? When do you do it?
I usually will read a story in the evening, like maybe before bed.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Wonderful. That's great. So again, I want you to keep doing that.
Okay.
Is there anything else you can think of that would work in your home?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
Not yet.
Well, as I mentioned, this section here has all the ideas for you. So you can read through these, and one of them, for instance, is making silly sounds. Is that
Okay.
something you think you can do?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to mark that here
Okay.
so you can work on that one. And what do you think as she grows? I always want you to think about that. What do you think you can do as she grows and develops more? How can you keep talking to her?
Maybe just talk to her through each activity that we do.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Excellent. Now, soothing my baby is the next section. So crying is a normal part of infant development. I'm sure Sophia has cried
Yes.
plenty. What do you think she's trying to tell you when she cries?
Maybe that she is hungry or needs to be changed.
Okay,
Mhm.
right. Can you think of any other reason she might cry?
Maybe that she's tired.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. So sometimes crying happens when all those needs have been met. She's still going to cry.
Okay.
That tends to peak around this time, 2 weeks, and then, or begin, and then it peaks around 2 months. And then it'll go down from there. Okay, about 4 or 6 months it should be over. All babies go through this period. We pray you have one that's on the less side
Okay.
of the extreme. But it's nothing that you're doing or not doing. It's just part of their development.
Okay.
So, like you're doing, make sure those needs are met. And then, what else do you think you can do if she just goes through that period where she's crying and you've tried everything?
I may just ask someone for help.
Yeah.
A family member or my husband.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very good, very good. I had to do that, and I also didn't know this at first, but you can put her down, let her cry, and just leave the room. Clear your mind,
Okay.
okay? Do you think you can do that? Put her down safely and take a little time out?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. So, at the the times where she cries, that's when you want to soothe her, of course.
Mhm.
But if you practice some of the soothing techniques, even when she's not crying, it's going to help.
Okay.
It'll make you more ready for it and better at it, and it's going to help her not maybe cry as much. Okay? So here again are some ideas for you to help give you more ideas on soothing.
Okay.
You've mentioned to me calling someone for help. That's going to help you. What are things that have helped you find that you do directly to her that helps Sophia?
Carrying her around.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she wants that touch from you, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And that's written right here. What about skin to skin? Have you heard that before?
Yes, I
You
have.
have? Okay, that's something you want to do. It's very important in this infant stage. Your
Okay.
mom, you mentioned, is with you often.
Yes.
Your husband, they can do it too.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to mark that here so you can work on that one. Is that something that you feel comfortable doing?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. And I want you to reference back to this. This is a page that you'll probably come back to often.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on. The next part is about taking a time out. We sort of alluded to this before. So if you're not calm, you can't help her get calm. And she's picking up your emotions and feelings. So we want you to find ways that you can get calm.
Okay.
What has worked for you even before Sophia? What helps you? You mentioned maybe calling a friend or your
Yes.
mom. What else would let you regroup?
Maybe just letting my husband keep the baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And yes, that's excellent. So if you're frustrated, taking that time out is going to help you. As I mentioned, putting her down safely and leaving the room for a few minutes,
Okay.
going back to check on her every few minutes is
Okay.
perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay? I used to think that my daughter would lose her voice from crying so much, but that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Okay? So asking for help, I'm going to mark that. And that's great. And so when you get frustrated, you can try those techniques.
Okay.
And here are some other ideas too.
Okay, great.
Okay, helping her sleep. Sleep is always on a new parent's mind, right?
Mhm.
And your sleep is affected too, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But most newborns don't have a regular sleep schedule. It's erratic.
Okay.
That's normal. And they sleep for a long time during a day, but in short periods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you though establish a routine, for instance, at night, if you do the same thing each night, it's going to help her realize it's sleep time,
Okay.
and that's going to help her in the long run. So you mentioned to me you like to read her a story. Does that happen? Does that tend to happen at night, or?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Mhm.
good. So that can be part of your routine. Is there
Okay.
anything else you currently do or think you can do to add to that routine?
I give her a bath sometimes. Not
Okay.
every day. But
Not every day.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to every day. What about something each night besides the reading?
That's all I'm really
That's all
doing
you.
right now.
Okay, that's fine. So here, I have some more ideas for you. You could feed her.
Okay.
Okay. You can rock her.
Okay.
Do any of those sound like something you can add?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'll mark them both.
Okay.
Okay. You can add that to the reading. So we want to be sure she's safe though when she sleeps. I said, if she's crying, you can put her down safely. What does that mean to you? How do we put the baby down safely?
We'll just put her in her bassinet.
Okay.
Probably.
Yes.
Mhm.
Have you thought about how you put her, like on her side, on her tummy, on her back?
On her back.
On her back. Very good. Excellent. And in her sleep space, I'm glad she has her own.
Mhm.
You said she's in a bassinet.
Yes.
Where is that bassinet?
It's next to the bed. our
Next
bed.
to your
Mhm.
bed, okay, very good. And you're nursing, you mentioned to me.
Yes.
Yeah, at night, it's especially handy to have her super close, but we still want her in her own space. So great job with that. Put her on her back, even for naps.
Okay.
Anytime you put her to sleep, okay?
Okay.
What else do you have in the crib? Is there anything you have?
A blanket and a teddy bear.
Oh, okay. Okay, so those are things that should go outside the crib. When we
Okay.
put the baby to sleep, we want to make sure we just have her on her back and on the fitted mattress, which you have,
Okay.
with a fitted sheet. I'm
Okay.
sorry, a firm mattress with a fitted sheet.
Okay.
All the toys and things are kind of like a risk for suffocation. She doesn't have the strong neck muscles yet, so keep that crib bare.
Okay.
Okay, so pull those things out. That's good for tummy time. And if we're kind of going through the winter time now, so if you need her to be warmer, you can swaddle her.
Okay.
Do you remember did the nurses show you how to
Yes,
swaddle?
yes.
Okay, and we can also go over that if you need to.
Okay.
All right, so I want you to keep up with the great things you're doing, okay? Putting her on her back, clearing out the crib, and you said that you were going to try to add feeding and rocking her to the bedtime routine. Helping you rest, okay? So we are lacking sleep too, and that affects all parts of our life. So, what are some things that you do to help you get rest now as a new mom, if anything?
I'm not sure I'm doing anything.
Really?
but,
Okay.
No.
Well, now that we're talking and it's not, you have some energy, what do you think you can do? How could you get a little bit of sleep in your day?
Maybe take a nap when she takes a nap.
Excellent. That's a great idea. That's what helped me too. So, you think you can actually do that? Sounds
I do.
good. You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So take a rest when she's resting.
Okay.
What might be keeping you from doing that? Is there anything?
I just want to clean up the
Oh,
house.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like help with? You're so good at asking your husband and reaching out to your mom. What specifically do you think will allow you to get some
maybe,
rest?
Grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have a little section here that says, I'll ask for help with the following so I can get rest. Shopping. I'm going to mark it.
Okay.
Okay? And then again, you can look over this.
Okay.
Now, safe caregivers. You can't do this alone, and there might be times where your husband or your mom aren't available.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think to yourself, kind of do a checklist in your mind. Think about the person that you're considering to watch your baby. Does this person want to watch my baby?
Mm-hmm.
Is this person good with babies? Do they have experience as a parent or a grandparent? And do you feel Sophia would be safe with this person? So with that in mind, do you have anyone that you can reach out to?
I do.
You do?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, let me have you write their name and their number here.
Okay.
Because this is your booklet. Good, you'll be set, okay. And we have some more tips here to help you as you
Okay.
consider that person if maybe the one you wrote down isn't available.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Now, keeping Sophia safe, we talked about sleep and all of that. There are other things around the home that can harm her, not to scare you, but
Mhm.
just to make you aware.
Okay.
What have you made any changes in your home now
put
that she's here?
a baby gate,
Okay.
and I think that was it for now.
So I take it you live in a 2-story
Yes.
home. Baby gate is excellent, and that you're going to need that for quite a few years,
Mhm.
right? Until she gets good at her mobility. So It's research shows that falls are one of the most risky, they're one of the biggest causes of injury to a child,
Okay.
an infant. And another thing is when things topple over them. We don't always think about that, but
Mhm.
they can get into things.
Okay.
You'll be amazed. So we want you to think about television, for instance. Is it on a secure cabinet? Is the cabinet secure?
Okay.
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 All right. Is there anything else that now that you're thinking about it, that you could do to safety proof your home?
Maybe
The
put
gate is
the
great.
Lock on the drawers and things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And do you think you can think about what's in those drawers and move them up if they're dangerous?
Sure.
The chemicals and cleaning supplies. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. And here are things too, again, that you can reference to help you as she gets older, especially. Okay, so now bathing. We talked a little bit about this. You mentioned, how often do you bathe? Each week?
About 3 times a week.
Okay, wonderful. That's great. So keep doing that. And does Sophia enjoy the bathing?
Yes, she does.
She does? Okay, because that's a great activity. We talked about having fun with your baby, so
Mhm.
we want this to be a fun time. I'm glad she enjoys it. How do you bathe her? Like, where?
In the kitchen.
In the
sink.
kitchen?
Mhm.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And that's a good time too to talk to her, right? And you
Mhm.
can mention the body parts and such.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to make sure the bathing is safe. That's always a consideration. So how can we make it safe? I know you're doing safety measures. So what kinds of things do you make sure you do to keep it safe?
Just make sure that I never take my eyes away from her.
Wonderful. And if you have to grab something, you take her with you,
Yes,
right? Okay,
yes.
very good. Now the temperature of the water is important. So we have like your water heater, you can set it. You
Mhm.
don't want it to be more than 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Okay. And never leaving her. Sponge bathing. The stump. Has the umbilical cord stump fallen?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. So you can be a little bit freer now. You can submerge her in water and all of that.
Mhm.
So wonderful. And also kind of gathering all your supplies,
Mhm.
thinking ahead and having everything there
Okay.
is good. Now, can anyone help you bathe her? And do you feel that they would be safe with bathing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If
My mom or husband.
Excellent. Okay. And here are some examples of routines that people do if you
Okay.
ever want to read through them. So, as a summary, we want to remember that there is no manual that comes with caring for Sophia. It would be too easy if there were, right? And not as fun. So you're going to think of questions, I'm sure. This is a page for you to write down those questions.
Okay.
I'm going to get to see you again at Sophia's 2-month checkup.
Okay.
All right? If something comes up between now and then, you can always call us.
Okay.
But at least write it down and we can discuss it then. And this on the back is just a little resource page
Okay.
to help you.
Okay, great.
Okay? You are doing so well. Keep it all up.
Thank you.
Okay.